Daniel here for Badcock Home Furniture More. In this video, we talk about the difference between a washer with an agitator and one with an impeller. What's the difference, you might ask? So we're going to talk about the differences and the advantages and disadvantages of both kinds, and it starts right now. Okay, let's dive right into it. What's the difference between a washer, and we're just talking about top load washers, like this Maytag right here is a top load washer with an impeller action on it. So let's take a look inside of it real quick. So you see right here, the what you're used to seeing is a post here in the center. I've got the hoses kind of laying down in there because this is a floor display model. But you see this little guy right down here is called the impeller. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So let's go look at two washers over here that are with the difference in washer types here. So these are the two most popular washers on our floor right now. And you can see to my right here is the GE washer, and it is it's one with an agitator in it, and that's why I had that. I had my little sign there, but we're going to take a look down in it. So this is the one with the agitator in it, and then this guy right here is my Whirlpool set, and this one is with an impeller in it. So the video today, of course, is about what's the difference between a washer with an impeller and one with an agitator. So let's take a look real quick. This is the one with an impeller here. I showed you the Maytag one. This is the Whirlpool one. This is a larger drum. It's huge. So what most people like about that is that you can fit a king size comforter in there with no problem. Get it washed, and you don't have to worry about it winding around the agitator, and it gets it adequately clean. And so the difference is with an agitator, same size drum, but there's a post in the center. I guess people worry about that, whether or not you can get something big like that. If you don't have anything big like that to put in to a washer, maybe that's not a differentiating enough reason not to. So, but let's cover the differences. There's a lot of misconceptions about agitators versus impellers as well. I wanted to tell you too, just from one of the manufacturer's websites, washing machines with agitators use a central post that twists back and forth, rubbing against clothes to help break apart stains. So that's the cleaning action in a washer with an agitator. Is this post spins constantly and pushes the clothes down and agitates it. It's old school. It's like old school technology. It's how most washers worked, 15 and 20 years ago. And so that's what folks are used to seeing. It's a very familiar thing about washers. Now, a washer with an agitator gets its cleaning power from the central post, and it twists back and forth, while washers with impellers use this low profile disc to rub the clothes together. So essentially, on the impeller one, that disc down in the bottom, and let me actually show you without that bag in the way. So there's a little low profile post in there. It probably stands about 2.5 inches above the surface, plus water jets at the bottom, and that just spins the clothes that are on the bottom. It spins all of the clothes against all of the other clothes, and so now in this type of washer, the agitator or the cleaning action actually comes from the clothes themselves. And so let me just walk through what are the advantages and disadvantages. I just wrote down a couple of simple ones for you between an impeller and an agitator. Again, just to recap, what's the difference? Agitator or impeller. If you're using the washer with the impeller, obviously a lot more room, a bigger drum. It rubs the clothes together to get thorough clean. That's just how it works. Instead of using an agitator, it means that there's more room in the basket. It uses less water and it's more efficient. But probably, the most common misconception is that they don't get your clothes as clean. You just have to understand and know how it actually works. So, and what would be to your advantage. So, second part is a washer with an agitator. Next slide. The advantage of an agitator is that it does, the agitator, the actual mechanical post in the center, does all the work. It's a familiar functionality. In other words, we understand how it works because that's how washers have always worked since they invented the washer, and that's why people are more familiar with it and want that in their washer. But there's advances in technology that make them not as hard on your clothes. So one of the common reasons we get one with an impeller is because sometimes people say that the washer with the agitator is rough on your clothes. That's actually partially true, but there are advances in technology, like for instance with this GE, and this is the washer that's in my home. So that is, and it gets my clothes clean just fine. I've probably helped guests equally as much to purchase this washer as the GE, probably as many times as they've bought the one with an impeller is as many times as they've bought one with an agitator. It's almost a dead even split, 50-50. It just depends on what your needs are in terms of washing capacity, what your concerns are about whether or not your clothes are getting clean. I think that most people come in with a preconceived notion that the washer with the impeller doesn't get them as clean. That's probably not true. The impeller actually works great on the bottom, and it means that your clothes are getting clean thoroughly, but with less damage to the clothes, or it's not as hard on the clothes. So it's your choice. Which one do you choose? Drop that down in the comments right now. If you're in need of a new washer or dryer, if you could have a new one in your house right now, which would it be? The one with the impeller or the one with the agitator? There's no winners and losers in this. I think both are just fine. And again, we've sold both of these washers here, the two most popular ones here, plus that Maytag one there. The two most popular ones here on our floor have gone out the door in equal capacity. So amongst our customers, there's virtually no difference. For Badcock Home Furniture More in Moultrie, Ashburn, Adel, Nashville, and now here in Lakeland, I'm Daniel, your buddy for the Lyn Stone Group right here. Let us help you finance with financing that's just right for you. Equal pay, no interest for 6 months, 12 months, and 24 months for qualified buyers. No credit, low credit, bad credit. Come in and see us and we'll find the financing that's just right for you right here at your local Badcock Home Furniture More in Moultrie, Ashburn, Adel, Nashville, and now here in Lakeland. If you like this video, why don't you hit the like button, thumbs up for me. And don't forget to subscribe. And while you're at it, check out this video.